Okay, Walker. Today we're looking at Friday, February 15th, Graphing Rational Functions in CBA 3 Review. Now, this is going to be a little different in that we only have 2 days to do CBA 3 Review before you take the CBA for 2 days. So what we're going to have to do is in class, as a class, everyone, we're going to do the CBA 3 Review questions together. And then you can either watch and complete your notes and examples for graphing rational functions either before class or after class, okay? So, and the reason being is the CBA 3 review, there's 25 questions. So we need to do questions 1 through 12 on Friday and questions 13 through 25 together on Tuesday, okay? So at this point, if you're watching the video before class and you want to just get this completed before class, go ahead and follow along. If not, I assume you're watching this after class and you can complete it, okay? All right, so take a few seconds to update your table of contents. All right, now your table of contents are updated. Now, I know I said notes and examples, but I just looked, there's only examples, okay? Now, before we get started, so I don't forget, because we're having to kind of modify a little bit, I'm going to give you, I guess you could call it a gift or an adjustment that you might enjoy. What I want you to do is turn to the assignment page, okay? And you can omit it, okay? After this video, I'm going to give everyone 100 for this assignment in the gradebook, okay? So because you're not going to have time to complete it in class, I'm going to omit the assignment, and all you have to do is complete the examples with me in the video, okay? All right, so let's get started. All right, so again, I'm going to do the functions in purple. All right. Now, to find the vertical asymptote, it's when x equals 0, okay? And in this case, the horizontal asymptote is y equals 0. All right. Now, domain is going to this asymptote, and range is going to this asymptote, okay? So domain is negative infinity to 0 or 0 to infinity. And the range is the same thing, negative infinity to 0 or 0 to infinity. Okay. The negative or 3 doesn't affect that. It's basically, we're treating this if this is the basically parent function, okay? Now, here, I did example 1 and example 2 on purpose in that here there was no horizontal transformation or vertical transformation. So you're at x equals 0 and y equals 0. But here, you have a horizontal transformation and a vertical transformation. So the vertical asymptote actually goes to the right one, because 1 minus 1 is 0, and that makes it undefined. And here the horizontal asymptote goes down until it's y equals negative 1. Okay? Now, once you know the asymptotes, you know domain and range, because domain is going to go from negative infinity to this asymptote, 1, or 1 to infinity. Okay? Now here the range is going to go to that negative 1, so negative infinity to negative 1, or negative 1 to infinity. All right, so let's go and finish up example 1, example 2. All right, let's take a look at example 3. Okay, again, I'm going to do the function in purple. All right, so the first thing you want to do is identify the vertical and horizontal asymptotes. So the vertical asymptote is x equals 0 because that makes it undefined, and the goes up 5 units, so the horizontal asymptote is y equals So at that point, you want to graph the asymptotes first. So x equals 0. And y equals 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right there, so I know that's where this is at. All right. At this point, you can graph by direction. Now, for rational functions, your directions are -1, -1, and 1, 1. And you go from the center of the asymptotes with those. So here it means go left 1, down 1. So left 1, down 1. Okay, and then right 1, up 1. Now, once you know the point, you know the curve fits in that point between those asymptotes. Okay. Domain is really simple. Domain is from -infinity to that asymptote 0 or 0 to infinity. And range, same thing. It's so -infinity to 5 or 5 to infinity. All right, go ahead and finish up example 3. All right, example 4. Okay, so first things first is we need to find the asymptote. So here, looks like x equals 3 will make the denominator 0, which makes it undefined. And there was no shift up or down, so the horizontal asymptote is y equals 0. Okay, so let's graph the asymptote. So x equals 3, so 1, 2, 3. And y equals 0. Okay. So now we need to graph by direction. Now we know our directions are -1, -1, and 1, 1. But here we have to multiply by a -2. So that's +2, and that's -2. Okay, so again, we do the directions from the center of the asymptote. So we go left 1, up 1, 2. And we go right 1, down 2. And once you know the points, you know that curve lies between those asymptotes. Got a little bright there, sorry about that. Now domain's real simple, it goes to, so from -infinity to 3 or 3 to infinity, and the range is -infinity to 0 or 0 to infinity. Basically, once you know the asymptote, you know the domain and range. All right, so finish up example 3 and 4. All right, let's take a look at example 5 and 6. All right, so first things first, you want to find the asymptotes. Well, -1 makes the denominator 0, so that's your vertical asymptote, and it went down -2, so y equals -2 is the horizontal asymptote. All right, so let's graph those asymptotes. So -1 and -2. Okay, we're going to graph by direction. And let's go and add direction to that one while we're thinking about it. All right, now we know our directions are -1, -1, 1, 1. But here we have to multiply by 3, so that's times 3. So then that's -3 and +3. So we go left 1, down 1, 2, 3. And there's our curve. Okay, and then we go right 1, up 1, 2, 3. There's our curve. Domain and range are simple. -infinity to -1, or -1 to infinity. And range is -infinity to -2, or -2 to infinity. All right, let's finish up example 6. Okay. So again, we need to do our asymptotes first. So +1 makes the denominator 0, so x equals 1. It goes up to 3, so y equals 3. So x equals 1. And y equals 3. All right. Now we need a graph by direction. So we know at -1, -1, 1, 1. But here we have to multiply by -1. So that's +1 and -1. So from the center of the asymptotes, we go left 1, up 1. And there's our curve. And then here we go right 1, down 1. And then there's our curve. Asymptotes are really simple. -infinity to +1, or 1 to infinity. And -infinity to 3, or 3 to infinity. All right, so if you would, finish up your examples and start working on your assignment, and have a wonderful Wildcat day.